All right, so this is an end to an absolute banger of a show, an amazing show that for 8 weeks kept me locked in, just locked in. And I gotta say, I'm sad to see it go, but this show to me was a perfect 10 out of 10. This was better than WandaVision. This was better than Loki season 1, and Loki season 1 was my favorite up to now. This was next level, where essentially we got to see in the end, we got to see Wiccan's costume that I've been saying for weeks on the talk. Essentially something that changed was, I've been told for weeks and weeks on end, reached out, multiple people verified, blah, blah, was that originally during a special, which was supposed to be the 9th episode, they were going to show Mephisto making a deal with Agatha to getting the Darkhold by giving up Nikki. But the way that they tore on our heartstrings with this, with Agatha and Death, and essentially Death took Nikki while Agatha was sleeping because she knew she couldn't make the hard choice, and it truly showed how she hates her, because the one thing she truly loved more than Death was her son. And obviously by giving up bodies and giving up souls to Death, her life would be prolonged and she would keep her youth and her powers and everything. And Death knew she wouldn't give up Nikki, so she did it herself. She took him while she was sleeping and left her with that hair in the locket. And that to me tore me. As a father, that was hard to watch. Now, it's so cool to show multiple different scenes, like in the original WandaVision flashback where Agatha's tied up and she's like, "No, please, my love." She was talking to Rio. The way we got to see her physical Lady Death form, where it was the real form where her voice was different, was amazing. She was putting on a facade until that form was gone. And the kiss of Death, not only do I have to give it a couple burp, burp, burps, but to show the only way to escape death is to embrace it, was insane. And obviously, like in the comics, she turned into a Force ghost in a sense. Agatha escaped death once again and is going to go on with Wiccan, and they're going to find Tommy. Tommy's body was his soul was put into the body of the drowning boy that was getting bullied, and they're on their way to find him. Now, whether it's actually the trilogy, because from what I'm aware of, Schaefer didn't do Vision Quest, but it was supposed to be an original trilogy of them finding him. I'm wondering if, because there is a casting of a teen boy, which is obviously Tommy, which I think they're going to build him up in Vision Quest, and then I think in the 4th installment, which is the brand new one of 2 new spin-offs, I think they're going to have them reunite. And then in the last one is something special. But next up, I do want to talk about how, they did Agatha so perfect as the ghost form, and how she still couldn't, come to the conclusion that she had to meet her son and she wanted to stay and she couldn't do it. And just the way that they ended it, there really wasn't any cliffhanger because we've been teased and we know all this stuff is happening. It was more just a satisfying ending where we learned also that the witch's road was not real. When I saw Rio cut that like paper, it was insane. My daughter pointed that out. I think that was such a cool realization, whether it was real or whether that Rio can bend into reality, which Lady Death can. But it was just so cool. And that Billy trusts Agatha to absorb some of his energy, where he said don't take it all, and Agatha started to fight death. Just the choreography, everything about these 2 episodes was insane to me. Showing that Agatha would take witches and take them to the witch's road, and knew she would lie to them and get them to attack her, like she tried in the first 2 episodes, or the 3rd episode of Agatha All Along. And the way her name ties in with everything, Agatha All Along, made it that much more perfect. It destroyed WandaVision. The show was so much better in my opinion. And I just want to say I was right about a lot of it. And as the weeks went on in the talk and on YouTube, and we talked about it and we did all this and theorized and listened to the rumors and whatnot, we got most of it, and I'm proud of all y'all. We did it. And it was such a good episode. And the part where they were all in the body bags, and it showed the development of Agatha, where she went from selfish to just wanting to live longer to eventually, helping Wiccan and helping Jennifer both escape and get off the road, essentially, was just perfect. And then at the very end, once again, like I said, that whole comeback where you realize he's in his room and everything that was on the road was right there. That's all I can say is this was a perfect show and a perfect episode, and I can't wait to what we have next. And Jack Schaefer, hats off to you. You should be given the keys to Marvel. You should work side by side with Kevin Feige when it comes to everything magical and monsters and stuff like that, because you're going places. That insane. I am blown away. Like WandaVision and then this show, I'm blown away. Truly. And I'm honored to say that, you know, just you put such a great piece of work out that I got to watch. Let me know what you guys thought. And as always, I'll catch y'all in the next one.